Welcome to Charmed, I'm Sure, the cozy, curious podcast where we uncover the hidden magic in everyday life. I'm Jen, and each episode we get charmed by a delightful topic that brings a little enchantment into everyday life. Have you ever noticed that some colors make your skin glow, your eyes sparkle, or even lift your mood, while others leave you looking muted or tired? Today we're stepping into the playful world of seasonal color palettes to discover which shades bring out your natural best. Colors can have a remarkable way of shifting how we see ourselves and how we move through the world. Today, we're being charmed by the magic of seasonal color analysis. We're going to explore how discovering your own personal palette can add a little more delight and a lot more ease to your everyday style. Before we jump in, let's talk about the foundation. While you might see complex systems online, the core is built on the 4 main seasons: spring, summer, autumn, and winter. For now, we're sticking to these 4 as our home base. Now, as you start this journey, you might come across terms for subcategories, such as soft summer or bright spring. Think of these as fine-tuning. A subcategory identifies which specific tuning dial, which we'll get into in a moment, whether it's your temperature, your contrast, or your intensity, is the absolute strongest part of your look. Once you find your main season today, you can do your own research into these subcategories to further fine-tune your results. But finding your home season or your core season is the most important first step. So, why do this and why does this matter? Knowing your palette helps you build color intuition. It transforms the way you shop and build your wardrobe because you're training your eye to see harmony. When you wear a shade that matches your natural pigment, it does the heavy lifting for you. It minimizes shadows under the eyes, and it evens out your skin tone. Practically, it means no more closet fatigue. You stop buying items that look great on the hanger but make you feel sallow or tired when you put them on. It's about removing the noise of the wrong colors so that the real you can stand out. Personally, when I wear my colors, I often get compliments, and I do notice a pretty significant difference in the brightness of my complexion and my skin tone. Now let's get into a bit of history of seasonal color analysis. This whole idea of seasonal palettes really took flight during the golden age of Hollywood. Costume designers needed a foolproof way to make sure their leading stars looked vibrant under those intense Technicolor lights. They realized that grouping colors into seasons, they could quickly pick the fabrics that made an actress glow rather than look washed out on the big screen. By the 1980s, this insider secret exploded into the mainstream, turning color analysis into a global phenomenon. It stayed around for a reason. It's a practical, visual way to understand the unique chemistry between your skin, hair, and eyes, and the world of color. So now let's get into the formula of how to actually find your personal season. I'm going to refer to this as the 3 main tuning dials. So to find your season, we use a formula based on 3 technical markers. Think of these as tuning dials on a radio that we adjust to find your perfect frequency. Make sure to perform these tests in a room with natural daylight for accuracy. Dial 1 is temperature, which refers to your undertone. This is the base pigment beneath the surface of your skin. Warm means your skin has a yellow or golden base, and cool means a blue or pink base. Dial 2 is value, which is the lightness or darkness of a color. And in this context, it refers to contrast. This is the volume or distance between your lightest and darkest features. So high contrast refers to a big jump, like dark hair against light skin. Low contrast means your features are similar in depth. Dial 3 is saturation, which is color intensity. This is the purity of the color. So high intensity means you are saturated, vivid coloring, like primary color straight out of the tube. Low intensity means you are desaturated or muted, a soft, complex blend of pigments like gray or olive. Now that we have our dials set, let's look at the 4 seasons they create. Listen closely and try to visualize your own features to see where you might fall. Starting with spring. Spring is a warm and bright or saturated season. The overall appearance here is radiant, bright, high energy, and warm. Springs have a medium to high intensity with a medium to high contrast. So with medium to high intensity, features are vivid, clear, and luminous. And with medium to high contrast, the hair, skin, and eyes stand out from each other, so features pop rather than blend. Imagine a naturally glowing, vibrant, sun-kissed appearance. Spring skin tones include lighter skin that has a peachy golden base, or deeper skin that has a bright honey-colored or golden yellow undertone. So again, this is one of the 2 warm seasons. Your eyes could be a vivid aqua blue, or a clear warm green, a warm topaz, or even a golden brown. Spring hair color can range from different shades of blonde, such as golden blonde, honey blonde, or strawberry blonde. They could also be a honey golden brown, golden copper, or warm auburn. If you fall into this spring season, your top colors would include sunflower yellow, poppy red, warm coral, and bright aqua. Moving on to our next season, which is summer, and summer is considered cool and muted. So the overall appearance here is soft, blended, and subdued. This is a low intensity and low contrast season, so everything is a bit desaturated and blended together with no sharp jumps between your skin and your hair. Imagine a complexion with a soft rosy pink undertone or a cool cocoa espresso base. In a summer, the features don't pop with sharp lines. Instead, the skin, hair, and eyes all seem to lean into each other with a softer, gentler quality. Whether the hair is a cool ash blonde or a charcoal brown, it has a matte finish rather than a golden shine. Summer skin tones might include lighter skin that has that soft, rosy, sort of bluer base to it, or deeper skin that has a cool cocoa or almost like espresso base that looks soft and muted. Eye color ranges from gray-blue, slate gray, hazel green, or soft, smoky charcoal brown. Hair can range from ash blonde, dishwater blonde, or smoky brown or soft silver. If you're a summer, your top colors will be powder blue, sage green, soft navy, dusty rose, and mauve. Moving on to our next season, which is autumn. And autumn is the second of the warm seasons. The first was spring, so spring and autumn are the 2 warm seasons. Autumn is considered warm and muted. So spring was considered warm and saturated or bright. Autumn is considered warm and muted. So the overall appearance here is rich, grounded, and earthy. Autumns have low to medium intensity and low to medium contrast. So low to medium intensity means the features are muted rather than bright and vivid like spring. Low to medium contrast means hair, skin, and eyes blend harmoniously, creating a soft, cohesive look, unlike spring where features pop and stand out from each other. Imagine a rich, naturally harmonious, earthy appearance. Autumn skin tones range from lighter skin that has a rich golden or ivory base to deeper skin that has a bronze, mahogany, or golden brown quality. Eye color can include olive green, dark amber, or chocolate brown with golden flecks. So still a lot of that warmth, but more muted and deeper tones than a spring color palette. Hair color can include rich chestnut, auburn, deep black brown, or copper-toned red. It can also include warm medium brown or different shades of brown, as long as it has that kind of golden highlight quality to it. Autumns aren't always brunettes or redheads either, so you can definitely be an autumn with blonde hair, as long as that blonde has a warm, honeyed, or golden glow to it, rather than being cool or ashy, which would be more of like a summer blonde hair type. Your top colors as an autumn would include olive green, burnt orange, mustard yellow, and rust. Moving along to our final season, which is winter, and winter is one of the two cool seasons. The first was summer, so summer and winter are cool. Winter is considered cool and saturated, where summer was considered cool and muted. So the overall appearance here is high drama, crisp, stark, and high impact. So winter is a high intensity and high contrast season. Your features pop against each other with sharp, vivid clarity. This shows up as very dark, cool hair against bright porcelain skin, or as a deep ebony complexion with eyes that look bright, vibrant, and clear. Winter skin tones range from lighter skin that has distinct blue-pink undertones to deeper skin that has deep ebony, cool espresso, or deep plum undertones. Winter eyes are often very intense. These colors could include a dark chocolatey brown that looks almost black. So unlike autumn brown, which has the golden and orange fleck to it, this is a cooler, deeper, more intense brown. Winters also often have a vivid emerald green, so a very saturated green, or an icy, very piercing, striking blue. Winter hair is often jet black or blue black. It could be a very cool dark brown or a stark snowy white. If this is your season, your top colors include true black, true white, royal blue, magenta, and emerald green, as well as any of the other jewel tones. So those are the 4 main seasons. And to help narrow down a little further between the warm and the cool seasons, just remember that spring is that light and saturated warm season. So think vivid warmth. While autumn is rich and grounded. So it's warm, but it's more muted. And then between the cools, we have winter, which is sharp and high impact, so high saturation, and summer, which is that soft and more muted season. These are just gateway colors. So once you find your home base, which is your core season, you'll see there are hundreds of shades in your full palette. Now, before we move on, let's touch on the tan factor. A common question people often have is, does my season change when I have a tan? Your home season actually stays the same because your underlying temperature doesn't change. However, a tan can act like a saturated filter. It bumps up your intensity and adds depth to your skin. So for example, if you're a spring who gets tan, you might find that you can suddenly pull off the earthy, muted shades of autumn that usually overwhelm you. Your palette doesn't change, but you might find yourself borrowing from sister seasons when you have that summer glow. Now that we've toured the seasons, it's time for you to find yours. So you want to face a window with natural light for the following steps. These are the 3 steps to discover your core season. Step 1 is to find your temperature. So look at your veins, remember, in natural light. If you see more green in your veins, you are considered warm. And if you see more blue, then you're considered cool. If you see both, you might be neutral. If you find that you're neutral, don't worry about warm versus cool for now. Instead, your season will be determined more by your intensity in step 3. So a neutral complexion that can handle bright, vivid colors will lean towards spring or winter, while a neutral complexion that is overwhelmed by bright colors leans towards summer or autumn. Step 2 is to look at your contrast. So take a selfie and turn it into a black and white photo. Similar shades of gray would mean that you have low contrast. If you see a sharp difference between your features, that would indicate a high contrast. Our final step, step 3, is to test your saturation. For this, you want to hold a vivid, bright item of clothing and a muted, earthy one up to your face. If the vivid color makes your eyes pop, then you are high intensity. If the muted color makes your skin look smooth, then you might be low intensity. Remember that the saturated, more high-intensity seasons are winter and spring, and the muted, more low-intensity seasons are autumn and summer. Now, to round this out, if you need a final tiebreaker to help you distinguish between the warm seasons and the cool seasons, we can try another strategy. So for spring versus autumn, you could try on bright orange. If it's too much, then you're likely in autumn. Now for summer versus winter, you could try on true black. If it washes you out and you look better in a charcoal gray, then you might be a summer. Just remember that the color that makes your eyes sparkle, your skin look bright and clear, and that reduces shadows under your eyes is your winning color, and that tells you your season. The goal is simply to notice which shades feel like they belong with your natural self. I hope you enjoyed listening to this episode, and I wish you so much fun as you start noticing and discovering the colors that truly work for you. And now it's time for Practical Magic, a tip from today's episode that you can bring into your own life. To start building your color intuition, my challenge for you this week is to conduct the white test. This is yet another way for you to help narrow down your color temperature. Wait for a bright, overcast day or a time when you have soft, indirect, natural light coming through a window. Stand in front of a mirror with no makeup and your hair pulled back. You want to hold a stark, bright white towel or article of clothing under your chin, and then swap it for something that's cream, ivory, or off-white, so a warm white. Now, I want you to look past the fabric and focus on your jawline and your eyes. Does the stark, bright white make you look clear and awake, or does it cast a gray shadow under your chin? Does the cream make your skin look rich and healthy, or does it make you look a bit yellow? If white is your winner, then you are cool. If cream is your winner, then you're warm. This one discovery is the foundation for your whole wardrobe. It's the fastest way to confirm your temperature and finally unlock the core season that makes you look and feel your best. Thanks for listening to Charmed, I'm Sure. And until next time, may every day bring a little charm your way.